Hello everyone, bonjour à tous. Merci d'être des nôtres. Comme beaucoup de gens à travers le pays, je continue de découvrir les histoires de ceux et celles qui ont perdu la vie dans l'écrasement d'avions survenu hier en Iran. Je pense aux victimes et à leurs familles. Je pense aux communautés qui pleurent leur perte. Ce qui s'est produit hier est une tragédie qui a non seulement choqué le Canada, mais le monde. Donc, avant d'aller plus loin, je tiens d'abord à offrir à nouveau mes condoléances les plus sincères aux familles et aux proches qui sont dans le deuil. Je suis, et nous sommes tous, de tout cœur avec vous. What happened yesterday was a tragedy that shocked not only Canada, but the world. Before we go any further, I want to extend once again my most sincere condolences to the families of the victims and their loved ones. I, and we are, all standing with you. Since last addressing Canadians, there have been ongoing discussions. Since I last addressed Canadians, there have been ongoing discussions with foreign ministers, senior intelligence and military officials, including the fourth meeting of our incident response group. There have been important developments regarding the potential causes of this deadly crash, developments of which Canadians should be made aware. The news will undoubtedly come as a further shock to the families who are already grieving in the face of this unspeakable tragedy. We have intelligence from multiple sources, including our allies and our own intelligence. The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile. This may well have been unintentional. This new information reinforces the need for a thorough investigation into this matter. Canada is working with its allies to ensure that a thorough and credible investigation is conducted to determine the causes of this fatal crash. As I said yesterday, Canadians have questions and they deserve answers. Permettez-moi de répéter ce que je viens d'annoncer en français. Nous avons des renseignements provenant de différentes sources, notamment de nos services de renseignement et de ceux de nos alliés. Ces renseignements indiquent que l'avion aurait été abattu par un missile surface-air iranien. C'est possible que ça a été fait involontairement. Cette nouvelle vient confirmer la nécessité de mener une enquête approfondie dans cette affaire. Comme je l'ai dit hier, les Canadiens ont des questions et ils méritent des réponses. Le Canada travaille avec ses alliés pour faire en sorte qu'une enquête approfondie soit menée afin de déterminer les causes de cet écrasement tragique. Last night, Foreign Minister François-Philippe Champagne spoke with Iranian Foreign Minister Zarif. Minister Champagne made it clear that Canadian officials must immediately be granted access to Iran in order to provide consular services, identify the victims, and participate in a thorough investigation. He also condemned Iranian strikes that targeted military bases in Iraq where coalition forces, including Canadians, are currently stationed. Minister Zarif committed to continuing this dialogue with Canada as we seek answers. I spoke with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky earlier today and conveyed my condolences to the many Ukrainians who perished in this tragedy. He assured me that Ukraine is taking all necessary measures to ensure a thorough investigation, and we will work closely with Ukraine and our partners throughout this process. I also called Prime Minister Mark Rutte of the Netherlands. He shared with me his experience in handling the aftermath and investigation into Malaysian Airlines Flight 17. Je me suis également entretenu avec le président Macron, encore une fois aujourd'hui. Le président Macron nous offre son assistance alors que nous traversons ces moments extraordinairement difficiles. Je suis aussi en contact avec plusieurs autres dirigeants internationaux et les discussions se poursuivent. Nous allons continuer de travailler de près avec nos partenaires dans les jours et les semaines qui suivront. In light of this new information, it is now more important than ever that we know exactly how such a tragedy could have happened. The families of the victims and all Canadians want answers. I want answers. That means closure, transparency, accountability, and justice. And this government will not rest until we get that. Thank you for being here this morning. I'll now take your questions.
So first question, Hélène Bouzetti, and then we'll go to Glenn McGregor, CTV.
Oui, alors, excusez-moi. Bonjour, M. Trudeau. Vous avez dit que vous avez demandé la participation à l'enquête. J'aimerais savoir quelle est la réponse de l'Iran. Accepte-t-il notre participation?
L'Iran est en train de travailler avec les enquêteurs ukrainiens à ce moment-ci, mais on continue de demander d'avoir... Pardon. On continue de demander que les Canadiens soient impliqués dans cette enquête et nous continuons d'avoir ces conversations.
J'en comprends que ce n'est pas encore confirmé. Considérant le contexte dans lequel ça s'est produit, dans quelle mesure considérez-vous que les États-Unis ont une part de responsabilité, considérant qu'ils ont créé la situation dans laquelle cet incident est arrivé?
Je pense qu'il y a beaucoup de questions auxquelles les gens vont réfléchir. On va chercher des réponses. Pour l'instant, ça souligne tout simplement l'importance d'avoir une enquête complète, crédible, pour qu'on ait les faits sur lesquels on va pouvoir ensuite pencher nos réflexions et notre analyse. I think it underscores how important it is that we have a thorough, credible investigation to allow us to then draw conclusions and reflections once we have assessed and established the facts of what happened.
Prime Minister, could you describe in some more detail the kind of information you have that indicates that this was a surface-to-air strike? Because this is, as you know, an extremely serious allegation, and Canadians are going to want to see proof that this is what had happened.
The intelligence and evidence suggests that it is likely that it was a surface-to-air strike, but I will not go into the details of that intelligence at this time.
Given that the Iranians have denied this, and there's reports they're bulldozing the crash site, they've claimed the flight and voice and data recorders have been damaged. Do you trust them that they haven't actually already compromised the investigation at this point? Do you think it's a possibility that we won't get a real answer here?
We have highlighted that it is extremely important that there be a thorough and credible investigation on site of the crash with international partners. The Iranians have indicated that they understand that, but the conclusions we have been able to draw on the preliminary conclusions we've been able to draw based on intelligence and evidence today are clear enough for me to share them with Canadians right now.
So next up, Catherine Levesque,
de la presse canadienne. Bonjour, M. Trudeau. Pouvez-vous nous dire à ce moment-ci si l'Iran a accepté de partager les boîtes noires avec le Canada ou la France et quelles sont les prochaines étapes là-dessus?
Pour l'instant, l'Iran a indiqué qu'il allait garder les boîtes noires chez eux, mais ils ont indiqué au président Zelensky de l'Ukraine que les enquêteurs ukrainiens, au moins, allaient avoir accès à ces boîtes noires. The Iranian authorities have indicated that they wish to keep the black boxes in Iran, but have indicated to President Zelensky of Ukraine that Ukrainian investigators would have access to those black boxes.
Et comment pouvez-vous faire confiance à l'Iran actuellement qui demande les informations que vous venez de nous partager?
Nous reconnaissons que c'est une situation sur lesquelles il va falloir qu'on ait plus de clarté et plus de réponses. C'est pour ça que nous appelons pour une enquête complète et crédible, faite avec des partenaires internationaux pour pouvoir établir les faits de ce qui s'est passé pour les Canadiens, pour les familles et pour les gens à travers le monde.
David Cochrane, CBC.
Hi, Prime Minister. I just want to circle back to an earlier question. If the intelligence is accurate, then it seems this is the end result of a sequence of events that was sparked by the drone strike ordered by the U.S. president. So given the information you have, how much responsibility does the United States bear for this tragedy?
The Evidence suggests that this is the likely cause, but we need to have a full and complete and credible investigation to establish exactly what happened. That is what we are calling for, and that is what we are expecting will happen.
If Iran does not cooperate, and there are some reports of at least minimal cooperation or questionable cooperation to this point, what pressure can you bring to bear? Would you argue for sanctions? Would economic repercussions? What can Canada do to pressure Iran to give you the investigation you want?
I think those are conversations and steps we will contemplate as things move forward if it doesn't appear that there is a credible, complete investigation. But right now we continue to work with partners and direct Iran with our requests that we have a credible and complete investigation.
Okay, going to go to Marie Vastel next, and then afterwards David Aiken.
Oh, OK. Je pensais pas avoir une question. Allô? C'était quoi? Ah oui, pour revenir à l'Iran, comment est-ce que vous comptez, si votre conclusion est que c'était un tir de missile, quelle est votre réaction? Comment est-ce que vous comptez répliquer à l'Iran?
D'abord, c'est des conclusions basées sur une analyse préliminaire de l'intelligence que nous avons et des renseignements que nous avons recueillis, mais ça souligne l'importance d'avoir une enquête complète, approfondie et crédible sur exactement ce qui s'est passé. Et c'est pour ça qu'on passe à cette étape-là avant de tirer des conséquences ou des conclusions davantage.
Je comprends, mais est-ce que ça menace pas vos relations diplomatiques en ce qui a trait à avoir accès aux dépôts et des victimes, avoir accès au site? Est-ce que ça ne menace pas notre présence en Irak si effectivement c'est ça qui s'est passé, puis on est en train de se faire descendre des avions et de se faire tirer dessus sur des bases? Est-ce que la directive à nos militaires en Irak et dans la région reste la même? Je veux dire, j'imagine qu'il y a quelque chose qui va se passer.
Effectivement, c'est extrêmement préoccupant comme situation. C'est pour ça que nous voulons en savoir plus. Nous allons travailler avec les autorités internationales, avec les enquêteurs et avec l'Iran pour avoir plus de réponses sur ce qui s'est passé exactement. Nous reconnaissons que ça a peut-être été une situation involontaire, mais c'est davantage plus important donc de pouvoir clarifier exactement ce qui s'est passé.
David Aiken, and then we'll go down to Christian Noel afterwards.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister. I just want to come back to the qualifiers you've been using may well have been unintentional. You just a minute ago said it may have been accidental. That implies that it may not have been unintentional. Can you be as definitive as you can be, knowing what you know, knowing what you can't share with us, about the intentionality of this apparent missile strike?
I think that is one of the reasons why it is so important to have a full and credible investigation. Before we get into definitive conclusions, as you say, we need to ensure that we have all the facts gathered. The intelligence and evidence right now suggests very clearly a possible and probable cause for the crash, but it is all the more necessary, therefore, to gather all the evidence to have a complete picture of what happened.
And let's follow through then that the evidence does in fact show that it was an accidental, unintentional surface-to-air missile. What range of options would the government of Canada respond in some way to that? And if so, what range of responses might your government consider?
I think anything in the range of responses would need to start from a clear understanding and a credible confirmation of what actually happened, and that is why a proper and full investigation is going to be so important.
Christian Noel, and then we'll go next to Michelle.
Bonjour, M. Trudeau, Christian Noël, Radio-Canada. Ce que vous savez présentement, est-ce que ça vous convainc hors de tout doute que c'était un missile et que c'était involontaire?
Pour se convaincre hors de tout doute, ça prend une enquête approfondie, crédible et complète. C'est exactement ce que ce pourquoi nous sommes en train d'appeler pour une investigation, une enquête complète. C'est ce qu'on demandait hier, c'est ce qu'on continue à demander aujourd'hui, c'est les conversations que nous continuons d'avoir. Mais je veux partager avec Canadiens et avec les familles et avec tout le monde que ce qu'on a accumulé comme intelligence, comme renseignement, indique que c'est une possibilité très claire que ça aurait été une frappe avec un missile surface-air iranien.
Et justement, pour les familles des victimes qui demandent des réponses, et une enquête qui ne semble pas être faite de façon avec une bonne coopération de la part de l'Iran, comment pouvez-vous assurer les Canadiens que vous allez vraiment tout faire pour avoir une réponse et avoir une enquête, comme vous dites, qui est complète, qui est éclairée, qui est transparente, alors que vous n'avez pas de levier pour le demander?
On comprend bien que des enquêtes de ce type prennent du temps. Quand on a regardé d'autres tragédies aériennes, on reconnaît que ces enquêtes complètes prennent un certain montant de temps. On est au 2e jour. On est déjà en train de partager des conclusions préliminaires pour donner plus de réponses et plus de clarté aux citoyens et aux familles qui sont dans le désespoir et qui souffrent énormément. Mais nous allons continuer d'exiger, de s'attendre à avoir plus d'informations et une enquête plus approfondie.
Michelle Corbett, Globe and Mail, and then we'll go to Ray.
Hi, Prime Minister. When you spoke with President Zelensky today, had he been briefed by any of his any allies on this intelligence that you've been receiving in the recent hours, or did you have to share this intelligence with him for the first time?
I shared with him some of the reasons we are so intent on having a full and complete investigation. We know that it is extremely important to establish clarity around the facts of what happened, and he assured me that Canada, as a good friend of Ukraine, will be closely involved with them in the investigation into this tragedy.
Okay, so I'll rephrase the question. Did President Zelensky know about this intelligence suggesting that the missile possibly being used to hit the plane?
I believe there have been media reports about it through much of the day, but I don't know for sure whether he was briefed by intelligence officials or not.
Okay.
Just going to go to the back of the room.
Je crois comprendre que vous n'écartez pas la possibilité qu'il s'agisse d'un geste délibéré. C'est exact?
C'est trop, on est trop de façon préliminaire pour tirer des conclusions claires et pour écarter d'autres possibilités. C'est certain que nous devons avoir une enquête plus approfondie, une enquête crédible qui va pouvoir établir sans aucun doute les causes de cet incident tragique.
Parler à son homologue, est-ce que vous avez tenté, vous, d'établir des communications avec des hauts dirigeants iraniens?
Je suis ouvert à parler à quiconque pourrait nous aider à avoir des réponses dans cette tragédie énorme pour le Canada.
Reuters.
Given the tensions in the area that were the cause of a drone strike by the United States, do you think that the United States is at least partially responsible for this tragedy?
I think it is too soon to be drawing conclusions or assigning blame or responsibility in whatever proportions. Right now, our focus is on supporting the families that are grieving right across the country and providing what answers we can in a preliminary way. But recognizing that there is going to need to be a full and credible investigation into what exactly happened before we draw any conclusions.
Earlier today, President Trump characterized, said he had concerns that a missile might have brought down the plane, and he said it's a very rough neighborhood. I was wondering what you thought of that characterization.
I'll let Mr. Trump's words stand for themselves.
I'm going to go back to Ryan, National Post.
Prime Minister, we don't have diplomatic relationships with Iran. The country is already heavily sanctioned by the international community. Are you worried in terms of trying to get good behavior like access to the site and participation in the investigation that Canada doesn't have any levers here, that we don't have any leverage to force Iran into better behavior?
We have consular officials who are en route to Ankara, Turkey at this moment, and the Iranian authorities have indicated that they would be open to issuing visas so that consular assistance can be given on the ground. Il y a des personnes dans notre corps consulaire qui sont en route pour la Turquie, à quel point l'Iran a indiqué qu'ils étaient ouverts à donner des visas pour que ces gens puissent être là sur le terrain pour donner de l'assistance aux familles.
And when Minister Champagne talked with the Iranian foreign minister, was he open to allowing Canadians to be part of the investigation? Because their air transport authority says that we have been invited to be part of the investigation.
There has been openness to Canadian involvement in the investigation from the beginning, expressed by the Iranians, but Minister Champagne will be holding a press conference in a few hours where he can answer those questions in more detail.
Going to go to Maura Forrest.
Prime Minister, just on that same question, can you be a little more specific? How confident are you that Canadian officials will be involved in this investigation?
Canadian expertise when it comes to air tragedies, to expertise when it comes to crash investigation is world class. We have much to contribute, and we have lost much in the loss of so many Canadian lives, so many families across this country grieving. We will be involved. We will offer all the expertise that we have to offer. We have already been engaged with the Ukrainians, who are part of the investigation team, and Iran has indicated an openness to Canada being engaged as well. To what degree and in what way remains to be worked out, but there is an openness there.
And I just wonder what you think Canadian families of the victims must be feeling now, knowing that there is a good possibility that their loved ones have been caught up in this dispute between the U.S. and Iran.
As I said, it is unimaginable what these families are going through right now in terms of grieving just for having lost loved ones. I know from conversations that have been had with government officials, with members of parliament, with my deputy prime minister who's been engaged with families in Edmonton, that families are asking for answers, and that's why we are sharing what we know as we can with Canadians right now. But there are many more answers to be given. There's much more to be found out through a complete and thorough investigation that we are certainly pushing for. But we know these families will continue to be going through extremely difficult moments over the coming hours, days, weeks, months, and indeed years, and Canada will be there with them.
Lee Berthune.